Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're here to talk about Stealth Rogue. It's a deck in a class that rotates here soon because we're missing a lot of key cards after the rotation. But if you have these cards and you see the deck going around on ladder and wondering why am I not playing this, well, I'm going to break it down for you. On HS Replay, it's categorized as a tier 2 deck, but that is debatable. Personally, I've had amazing success with the deck, and just to show you my win rate, so we're currently 15-4 with it. This is the list that's straight from HS Replay because I just wanted to try what other people were playing and seeing if I was just losing to the deck all the time because I was bad or if it was actually that strong. And it turns out the deck's actually just that strong. Now, some key cards. Let me pull up the mulligan real quick on HS Replay. So the key cards of the deck are Nitro Boost. The card puts in a lot of work. It's an extra 4 damage. It's super easy to corrupt. Spy Mistress, when you open a 1-mana 1/3 that can't be dealt with, you're putting in a lot of damage. Worgen Infiltrator is the same thing as Spy Mistress, just one less attack. Also, having that stealth body for Greyheart Sage, one of your other high win rate mulligan cards, is super strong. Greyheart Sage is probably one of my favorite cards in the deck because it lets you keep going. Like, there's many times when you open a hand, and if you don't have either Sage or some of your other draw cards like Cutting Class or Swindle, you're going to strive to find that damage. But as long as you're opening one of the draw cards, you're usually always getting there because they lead into other draw cards. So a lot of times I keep Sage. It also does have one of the highest win rate for the mulligan percentage. A good keynote to remember is if you do get a 1-drop and you get Sage, you might be enticed to throw the 3 damage really quick on turn 2. But sometimes weaponing, hitting face, and then waiting next turn to play your Sage to get the draw 2 before you hit is really important. Besides that, there's just a lot of key cards that they're all really strong. As you can see, their draw win rate plus their played win rate are super huge. Pinflinger is probably the way I've won the most personally. He puts so much damage out that it's crazy. You do have 13 generic damage with Eviscerate and Sinister Strikes, but if you put those behind Pinflingers, you're going to increase it to like 20 damage. There's been plenty of games where my opponent's been like at 22 health and I'm at like 7 mana and you just kill him from there because Pinflinger with your preps to get free draws, swindles, cutting classes, it's amazing. Now the key part of this deck that actually shines the most, that it's the reason you get every win, is the Self-Sharpening Sword. 3-mana 1/4 weapon after it attacks against +1 attack. Now the key thing about this is more the durability than the actual ability of the card. So the ability does make it end up being a 4/1 at the end, but Deadly Poison or Nitro Boost, which are both +2s on a Self-Sharpening Sword, over time gives you +8 damage, right? So you're spending 1 mana for a card better than Fireball. So the damage output of the deck is crazy. If you are struggling, I recommend trying this deck out before it rotates because it is so easy to bypass the plat and the early diamond levels. Now, once you do start to get to higher diamond levels, or even if you're just trying to play around in Legend, the deck does struggle because oozes are everywhere, right? If you get ooze, you're going to be sad, but it's still not impossible to win. You still have, like I said, the Pinflingers, the 13 generic damage, so you can get over the top, and I've done it a few times. But when you lose your Self-Sharpening Sword, especially after you put Deadly Poisons and Nitro Boost in it, it feels really bad. But don't get discouraged and think you're going to lose the game there, because I promise if you push through, the deck will shine. Now, have a great one. Try the deck.